DNA, and it stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. This is the basic unit of heredity, or it's what codes all of our genetic information. What makes my hair black or my eyes blue or whatever, that's all somehow encoded in our DNA.
32 minutes past the hour.
Arutz is a camp that was developed by Professor Nina Jablonski here at Penn State in the anthropology department. And the focus of it is on kind of helping kids, mainly middle schoolers, learn more about their genetics and genealogy, who they are, where they came from.
The 50 states that you can do searching, and it goes from 1789 to 1963. So you might be able to find if someone was part of a group, or maybe there's a picture of them that you can find.
And we also talk a little bit about human evolution in general. So we talk a little bit about hominins, so the kinds of pre-humans that existed before us, and we talk about how they changed throughout time to become what we recognize today as modern humans.
A DNA strand like me is a blueprint for building a living thing.
We ordered some things called lumberculus worms, and they're really just these really thin, small worms that the kids are able to put under a light microscope, and using that system they're able to count the number of heartbeats or pulses that travel through the worm.
No! Is that it?
I don't know. What does it look like?
That's it!
Okay.
And really the point of this was to show the kids what exactly it means to do science. So whenever I go into an experiment, I want to make sure that I have a hypothesis, that I'm basing it off some kind of fact or phenomenon that I can observe in everyday life, and that it's testable.
The nucleus within holds the heredity of the man in the coiled coils of DNA. As we close in, we come to the double helix itself.
Okay, so DNA was first isolated back sometime in the 1860s. They didn't really understand at the time how important it was to really biology in general. It wasn't until really the 1950s when Watson and Crick, they were able to make inferences about the structure of DNA using something called X-ray crystallography that was produced by a woman named Rosalind Franklin. Rosalind Franklin used X-ray crystallography to create images that allowed Watson and Crick to understand more about the structure of DNA. And then from there, we learned more about kind of how it's passed through generations, what it's composed of, the specific molecules. So really the importance of DNA didn't really start to develop until about the 1950s. Yeah, so that's really the majority of what I know about DNA. Hopefully there's something in there you can kind of.
That's perfect. Yeah, there's definitely enough in there I can get it. So and then the next thing was the Limburgus worm.
The Lumberculus worms.
The Limburgus worms, or whatever the heck.